Hey, what's up, guys? So, today we're going to talk about 5 things that 2020 will definitely be known for. Nearly half a century later, Japan is getting its big break to organize the Olympics for the second time. The last time the Olympics was conducted in the country, it was creating major dynamics change and impacted the country as a whole towards the involvement of the general public in sports. And that too, it happened way back in 1964. As of today, Japan is striving to organize the 2020 Olympics so that it is, quotes, the most innovative ever organized and will rest on the 3 fundamental principles to transform the world: striving for your personal best, accepting one another, and passing on a legacy for the future. Close quotes. The importance of the Olympics arises from its rich history. The Games were first conducted in ancient Greece in the form of a religious festival, once an Olympiad, that is, once every 4 years. As time passed by, the Olympic Games grew internationally and many different nations took pride in participating in the Olympic Games. As of January 2020, nearly 139 national Olympic committees have been qualified and scheduled to participate in the 2020 Olympics. The Olympic and Paralympic represent humanitarian values and set a common ground for people in the sports field to bring out the best standards irrespective of caste, color, race, religion, and physical disabilities. Nations come together to make new records and shine with the title for the most number of medals won. When you look at it from an economic standpoint, the Olympic Games boost the number of people traveling overseas just to witness the games. The ticket costs, along with heavy transportation costs, is certainly deemed to increase the cash inflow. Japan has decided to invest nearly $3.67 billion in hosting the 2020 Olympics, but it will gain its return of investment by the economic bursts of the tourism sector. Moreover, in addition to the tourism sector, the country is predicted to see an increase in trade alliance and commercial sponsorships as a result of the social media trending that it will achieve due to the Olympic Games. The outcome of decades of research based on the Martian surface showed us that Mars was a planet that not only had water on its surface but could have also had a supportive environment for life to thrive on. It is the only closest planet to Earth in the habitable zone of our galaxy. But even today, the question of whether life exists on other planets is still unanswered. To spice up the research, NASA has planned to launch a new rover on the surface of the Red Planet in July 2020. The Project Mars 2020 stands out from all previous attempts to deploy a rover on the planet, as this mission for the project comes in 2 parts. Firstly, the rover will study the planet's surface structure and it will be equipped with highly technical imaging tools that seek information about signs of life. Then the rover will proceed to actually drill the surface of the Martian planet and collect samples of the surface where possible signs of life pertain. These samples are known as cache and they will be stored in the rover so that a return flight can be scheduled to transfer the cache back to the Earth, following which a whole series of new tests and research can be conducted on the Martian samples. So basically, the 2020 mission is just the first part of collecting data and communicating the results back to Earth. The second part of returning the cache back to Earth relies on a future mission. The 3 different landing sites that have been considered for the Mars rover are specifically chosen such that they were potential habitable zones of the past. Each of them were posed as either a hot spring, lake, or region of interaction between hot water and rocks. So, what's so special about the elections of 2020? Well, basically the US elections are quadrennial, and on top of that, this is the 59th presidential elections. The US elections are indirect in nature, which means that on 3rd November 2020, the citizens will vote for a set of people whose votes in turn will be the deciding factor on who is the next president, vice president, or a new body of incumbents. The actual presidential voting will take place on December 14th, 2020. This implies that a whole series of primary elections will be taking place organized during the first 6 months of 2020. A slate of delegates following a political party's nominating conventions will be voted based on ballots, and these delegates will then elect their party's nominees to run for president or vice president of the United States. The winner of the 2020 presidential elections is scheduled to be inaugurated on 20th January 2021, but the whole year of 2020 is going to be politicized and crucial for the outcome of 2021. After all, being a superpower nation puts the US in front of cameras at all times. You know, the very first World Expo was conducted in London way back in 1851, and ever since that, many countries of the world have strived to organize an event to celebrate innovation, art, science, technology, culture, and tradition. But now it is Dubai's turn. Dubai's theme for the 2020 Expo is targeted towards a general audience and states connecting minds, creating the future. It is aimed at creating a long-term impact on the path of human progress. Having enough resources, Dubai has been gearing up to put the most spectacular event that will do no less than dazzle anyone who is ready to step inside the 4-kilometer span of the Expo. An underground tube system is built to connect the 3 major pavilions, which are each dedicated to opportunity, mobility, and sustainability. Even the infrastructure and architecture of the event are based on sustainable energy sources, such that the sunshade will be able to provide for its energy requirements during the daytime, and later at night it will be used to project artistic graphics to increase the magic of the environment. The entire expo is carefully being planned to showcase the brilliance of human growth in fields like art, music, pop culture, technology, and even astronomy. Local and global talents from over 192 countries are set to present nearly 60 live shows every single day, right from sports events to flash mobs. The technological events are expected to be awe-inspiring and opportunities to witness a world filled with robotics, self-driving vehicles, mixed reality, and space explorations. The entire expo will happen for a duration of nearly 6 months. The tickets for the expo will be going on sale in April 2020. You can buy a single-day pass, 3-day passes, or even a monthly pass. So what are you waiting for? Get ready for April 2020. Have you updated your smartphones? If not, you're in for a setback. As of February 1, 2020, any user who hasn't updated their smartphones to Android version 4.0.3 or iOS 9 and later will not be able to use WhatsApp. Users will not receive any kind of security updates on the unsupported versions of Android and iOS. WhatsApp has already removed its support for Windows 10 Mobile since January 1st, 2020, just like the company announced previously in July 2019. One of the features of the WhatsApp 2020 update will be the option to auto-delete messages within a selected time interval, maybe 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or even a year. The option will be rolled out in order to reduce the device's internal storage consumption, but unlike Snapchat, the option will not be available in all chats. It will be available only in group chats, and only group admins will have the option to enable or disable it. As per reports, the WhatsApp dark mode is also in store and being currently developed, but its exact release date has not been officially announced. 3 probable options for the update will include light, grayscale, and pitch black UI for the background. Well, those were all general updates, right? Of course, you might have seen them coming in the new updates, but there is one feature that is going to change your impressions of the messaging platform. A change that is going to bother you a little bit. The newest update of the Facebook-owned app will feature advertisements which will slide in between the status updates of your contacts, similar to other Facebook platforms like Instagram. Told you that you wouldn't have seen that last one coming, but for those of you who did, I guess the change will be easy on you guys.